And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the TASG Watch Party review of Avatar: Way of Water. We just got out of the theater, and I just pulled up to an Electrify America fast charging station because my car is a little bit short on battery power today. But yeah, we just got out of Avatar: Way of Water, and let me tell you, it was quite the experience. Derpy, welcome to the stream. Joined us late last night during our snooze fest of National Treasure. But yeah, why it took me a week, I don't know. I had a lot of work stuff to deal with. In fact, if it were up to me, we would have actually watched it yesterday. We were supposed to watch it yesterday, but we just couldn't agree on. I watched it with a few coworkers, but we watched it. We didn't agree on a format because I have not seen the first Avatar film only until it came up on Disney Plus, and so I never got to join the hype train that was the original film in 2009. But push back 13 years later, and here we are. 13 years later, and here we are. Way of Water. They now have kids, and it tells more from the kids' point of view, and they just keep getting in trouble, and it's funny. It's a very family-oriented flick, and you're jumping right into the action right away. By the way, spoiler warning if I say something, if something slips. Right now, So let's go back to D23 Expo 2022 in September. Part of the country that's going to get hammered. I don't understand what you mean by that. I'm charging my car. So I drive an electric, and that's the charging station. I'm at the mall that has the theaters. It's an AMC that we watched it in, and so I'm at a charging station right now. So I have all sorts of time here, so I'm not gonna get in trouble. I have 65 minutes left, so it takes a while for this car to charge up. I haven't really specified too. I should make a video one of these days about the Chevrolet Bolt, but yeah, going back to the movie, it was visually stunning, and I saw this one. The theater going experience to me was, yes, West Coast, 6 o'clock, just 6:05 local. So yeah, the movie theater going experience was something that I was very excited for. D23 Expo during the Marvel, Star Wars, and 20th Century. This was the 20th Century portion of the presentation that they had, and they previewed it in the IMAX 3D, which was, I did not expect for them to bring out those 3D glasses, but when they did, and they showed us the clips, my goodness, I wanted to watch it in that format. And so here we are today, coming out of that, absolutely brilliant. So if you can, and if you're willing to spend an extra couple of dollars, I highly suggest watching in the IMAX 3D. I mean, Dolby's just as good, but nothing compares to the IMAX experience. Now, why 13 years between the 1 and 2, I don't know. There were many setbacks for this one. There was an interview that recently came out with Edie Falco, who plays a character in the film, and she thought that it had been 3 years. So if we go back 2022, 3 years ago was 2019. She thought that the movie had already released, and it failed. Well, first of all, we're still part of the first full week of this movie. Actually, no, today would be like the preview day. So this is roughly the first full week for this film, and wow, it's amazing. And it made, I think, $500 million, both combined domestic and worldwide. 500 million dollars in the opening weekend. Now it's reached up to 600 million as we head into the second weekend of this and the Christmas Eve, Christmas Day part of the holiday season. But yeah, like, I didn't have much expectations for this one, knowing that this is a movie that delves very deep into its world building, and oh my god, did we see that in this one. I don't want to spoil too many things, but I will say, cover your ears, it really expands on the lore of the Na'vi. That, yeah, there's the forest kind, and then there's also the water kind, and that's where the way of water aspect comes in. And let me tell you, the evolution of water in Disney films, yes, I'm counting Avatar as a Disney film via the 20th century branding. We saw Pixar animate water so well when it came to The Good Dinosaur. Then Disney Animation Studios followed that up with Moana. And so seeing raindrops in Toy Story 4, and seeing the ocean in this movie, my God, it is absolutely beautiful. And I will say it is worth the wait. Now, is it worth the $2 billion that it needs to break even? I'm not sure about that yet. I mean, the first movie broke box office records right off the bat. And it wasn't until Avengers Endgame and Infinity War to really put that record to the test. And so going into this movie, I'm like, let's see where the story goes. And but yeah, I was just trying to not say any spoilers right here. It comes not just at that price tag, but also at the cost of your time. 3 hours and 15 minutes for this film, and it is insanely long, but it doesn't feel like it in the theater. It just doesn't feel like it. There's enough to see, but you're also building the characters, building up the children of Jake Sully, and seeing, by the way, the Colonel returning was, I didn't like how it was, it's like somehow Palpatine returned, that's the explanation. But no, it was like, it's a revenge tour. It's a revenge tour, and they're trying, with Earth failing, a mass migration of those humans to Pandora is something that we see, and it's it's something that we see, and it just gives off that vibe. And so they didn't extend much of that. They didn't extend much of that part of the lore, but it also leaves an open-endedness for a third movie. So will we get a third movie? Hopefully. Let's see how this one does. James Cameron is already written, and it's ready. He's just ready to get some sort of budget going for a green light on the third film. 3, 4, and 5. And this man is super delusional when it comes to it. But let me tell you, I will say that it is very much a well done. And would it be well worth it? I would probably say so. To Disney, like, yeah, it's well worth greenlighting a third film. But seeing a lot of the emotions of these Na'vi in action throughout. It's something that's very beautiful, and it's well executed in terms of the writing as well. So overall, Avatar: Way of Water, of all the films that I've seen this year, whether it be on streaming or on or theatrical release, I'd say that this is my number one film of the year here. Is actually a little bit of controversial take, but I love my A24, Everything Everywhere All at Once. And and no, it's not just the fact that it has that all Asian cast, but the storytelling is top notch for A24, and it gives off that same vibe, but it gives, like, how do you say this? The amazing writing on both films, and the character development throughout really shines through in both films. But when you look at the setting of Pandora, and you look at the animations of it's not even animated. It's like probably like CGI'd over, yeah, but it's just beautifully made. And I think that this should top some sort of not Emmy, what is it? An Oscar run for not just Best Picture, but I'd even say best CG, best graphics, best visual effects, because that's what James Cameron did with the first Avatar, and I think he doubled down on Avatar 2, Way of Water. So that's going to do it for this quick little review. Well written, well animated. There's some fighting action sequences that look kind of like a video game, but compared to what the rest of the film looks, it's amazing. It's unmatched. It is truly James Cameron. I'm Mark Canopy. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It'll be live again next week. So long, everyone.